The F-16 is a very impressive aircraft, and it's one of the first that comes to mind when you think fighter jet. So let's take a deeper look at 10 surprising facts about the F-16 Fighting Falcon. Hey everyone, my name is Leroy Kenton, and now we're finally adding this episode as part of our 10 Facts video series. And also, more of you wanted to see more military episodes, so here we go. Let's start off with fact number 10. We're just going to get to know the aircraft a little bit more. So the General Dynamics F-16 Fighting Falcon is a single-engine supersonic multi-role fighter aircraft, and it was originally developed by General Dynamics, which is now known as Lockheed Martin. Over 4,500 F-16s have been built, and they cost approximately $29.1 million US. Now, the next thing to note is that the Fighting Falcon's key features include a frameless bubble canopy for better visibility. There's also side-mounted control stick for ease of control when it comes to maneuvering the aircraft, as well as there's an injection seat that reclines 30 degrees from vertical to reduce the effect of G-forces on the pilot. And it also uses a relaxed static stability fly-by-wire flight control system, which really helps to make it a very maneuverable aircraft. The F-16 really packs an internal M61 Vulcan cannon and 11 locations for mounting weapons and other mission equipment. The F-16's official name, by the way, is Fighting Falcon, but Viper is commonly used by pilots and crew members because they say that it really resembles a Viper snake as well as a Colonial Viper starfighter on Battlestar Galactica, which aired around when the F-16s actually entered service. So I know number 9 was loaded up with facts. We learned a little bit about the aircraft in general, but now let's look at some specific specs. The length of the aircraft is 49.3 feet, which works out to be 15.027 meters. Its height is 16.7 feet or 5.09 meters. It has a top speed of 1,500 miles per hour or Mach 2, and it has a wingspan of 31 feet, which is equal to 9.449 meters. Now for fact number 7, let's take a closer look into the aircraft, specifically facts relating to the design and the power of the craft. So the F-16 was designed to be relatively inexpensive to build and of course simpler to maintain than earlier generation fighter jets. The airframe is built with about 80% aviation grade aluminum alloy, as well as 8% steel, 3% composites, and 1.5% titanium. The leading edge flaps, stabilators, as well as the ventral fins make use of a bonded aluminum honeycomb structure and graphite epoxy lamination coatings. Very, very technical stuff. We can get a lot more into that, like the number of lubrication points, fuel line, the connections, and replaceable modules is a lot lower though than preceding fighter aircraft. And now 80% of the access panels can be accessed without stands. The aircraft is also powered by a single Pratt & Whitney or General Electric turbofan engine. I just threw a lot of specs at you, but I'll definitely have a link below where you can find a lot more information broken down for you in text as well. Now, I did mention a little bit of what the F-16 is equipped with, but what else is it equipped with? Well, when you took a look at the advanced equipment that is fitted with, the current build of the F-16 includes Honeywell color flat panel liquid crystal multifunction displays, digital terrain system, modular mission computer, as well as a color video camera to record the pilot's view of the head-up display or the HUD. And there's also a color triple deck video recorder and an enhanced programmable display generator. Under the USAF Project Sure Strike, the F-16 is equipped with an improved data modem or IDM. And that thing there automatically provides target data to the head-up display using data transmitted by a ground observer. Now, I think I mentioned this a little bit earlier in this episode, but the seat back angle of the aircraft has been increased from 13 to 30 degrees to really provide a lot more comfort for the pilot. So guys, we just took a look at 5 facts about the F-16 Fighting Falcon. We got 5 more to go. We're halfway in this episode. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to leave a like. And also, if this is your first time here to FTD Facts, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell because we bring you videos like this. A lot more of you, like I mentioned, want to see more videos about the military, but we also talk about the different countries, cultures, people, and religion from all around the world. So if any of those topics interest you, be sure to stick around here to FTD Facts to learn something new every single day. Alright, so let's jump back into this episode. We got 5 more facts to go. For number 5, we've talked a lot about the aircraft itself, But how did the production for the F-16 all start in the first place? So the F-16's first flight was in 1974, and the F-16 was developed out of the lightweight fighter program. Now at that time, the F-15 was in production, but the Air Force knew that it was just too expensive to fill all of their roles, so the smaller, less expensive F-16 was the answer to their problems, and now here we go. Also, did you know that the F-16 was the first fighter jet to use a side-mounted control stick? The stick lets pilots rest their arm while flying, giving them better control of the jet on high G maneuvers. For fact number 3, like any good aircraft, it makes sense to modify it rather than build a new one altogether. So now I want to look at some of the variants of the F-16. So all F-16s are not created equal. The Fighting Falcon today are nothing compared to the earlier versions. Most of the differences though include structural upgrades, improved engines, digital electronics, increased computer capacities because computers get better over time. Also some new sensor changes and upgraded equipment functionality. And before I get into the specific variants though, just letting you know that the F-16 models are actually divided by increasing block numbers to denote the upgrades. So the blocks cover both single and 2-seat versions. So there's the F-16 Block AB, and the F-16A is a single-seater, and the F-16B is a 2-seater. There's F-16CD, that contains improved cockpit avionics and radar, which added all-weather capability to the aircraft. There's also the F-16E and F with further upgrades. The F-16IN was made for the Indian Air Force by Lockheed Martin, and they offer the F-16IN Super Viper, but the Indian Air Force, however, has no active F-16s. That's a whole nother story. But continuing with the variants, there's the F-16IQ, the Iraqi Air Forces use those. Then there's the F-16N, and that has a strengthened wing. The F-16V has some new advanced computer upgrades. Those upgrades really help it to avoid collisions. And then finally, there's also the QF-16. So Boeing actually converted retired Lockheed Martin F-16 Fighting Falcons into unmanned drone crafts. So these are beauties, super quick, super fast. Moving on now, we got 2 facts left. So the F-16 Fighting Falcon is the world's most numerous fixed-winged aircraft in military service. The Pakistan Air Force is using about 75 F-16s along with 25 other countries, including the United States being the biggest user of the F-16 Fighting Falcon. But what other nations use the F-16 fighter? Well, there's Bahrain, there's Belgium, Denmark, Egypt, Israel, Iraq, Poland. Also, the Republic of China, known as Taiwan. Turkey uses the F-16s, and the United Arab Emirates, just to name a few. The full list is a whole lot longer. And the final fact I want to share about the F-16 Fighting Falcon in this episode is that it's relatively easy to service. 80% of the access panels can be opened without using a ladder or a stand, and the F-16 was the first fighter built to pull 9 Gs, and it was aerodynamically designed to reduce energy loss during high G maneuvers. The F-16 was the first fighter jet to use a side-mounting control stick, and like I said earlier, it just really offers the pilots a lot more comfort and helps them really maneuver the aircraft a lot easier. Lockheed Martin also guarantees that the F-16 Fighting Falcons can be guaranteed to fly up until the year 2070, so their lifespan is quite long. And there's so much more about the F-16 Fighting Falcon, but I'll just end it right there for this episode. So that was a look at 10 surprising and interesting facts about the F-16 Fighting Falcon. Really hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know there's a lot of information to digest, but if you are military savvy or just not so familiar with these terms, really hope you still got the general idea of just how amazing this aircraft is. Anyways, guys, be sure to leave your thoughts and comments down below if you want to see more episodes like this. And also, my social media links are below in the video description section. So make sure to follow me over there, and I'll leave you with a recommended episode that's going to be at this end screen. So once you see the annotation, give it a tap to keep on learning. Alright, guys, it's been awesome hanging out with you. I'll see you in the next episode.